Panama may be one of the most strategically interesting land markets for Base 2. Not because it is the cheapest, not because every property is safe, not because buying land automatically gives you citizenship, but because Panama sits at the intersection of several powerful ideas: foreigner-friendly property ownership, US dollar usage, residency optionality, Caribbean and Pacific coastlines, island and waterfront opportunities, protected anchorages, a global logistics identity, a major canal, and a strong Plan B narrative. And for Base 2, something even more specific: ocean node potential. Panama is not just a land country, it is a land and water country. That makes it different. For foreigner buyers, Panama is generally considered one of the more open real estate markets in Latin America. Foreigners can generally buy titled property with rights similar to Panamanian citizens in most areas. They can buy houses, condos, commercial property, rural land, and in many cases, coastal or island property. But there are important exceptions. Foreigners generally cannot own land within 10 kilometers of Panama's international borders with Costa Rica or Colombia. That matters because some very attractive regions, including parts of Bocas del Toro and Chiriqui near Costa Rica, may fall close enough to the border that buyers need serious legal review. There are also indigenous comarca lands, which are collectively owned and not simply available for foreign purchase like normal titled land. And coastal property can have public domain or setback issues, especially close to the high tide line. So the first rule in Panama is simple: do not buy the dream, verify the title. Because Panama has different types of land situations. Titled property is usually the cleanest and bankable category. Rights of possession land can exist in some areas, especially rural, coastal, or island zones, but it carries more risk and requires much deeper due diligence. A beautiful island parcel is not automatically a secure investment. A beachland lot is not automatically buildable. A cheap property is not automatically clean, and a seller's confidence is not the same as legal certainty. The Base 2 standard should be higher. Can the land be clearly owned? Can it be transferred? Can it be titled? Can it be insured? Can it be financed? Can it be developed legally? Can foreigners own it? Is it outside restricted zones? Are there environmental restrictions? Are there community claims? Is there road access? Is there water? Is there power? Is there internet? Is there safe access in the rainy season? Can the intended use actually happen? This is especially important because Panama's upside is real. Panama has a long history as a crossroads. It connects North and South America. It connects the Atlantic and Pacific through the canal. It uses the US dollar as legal tender alongside the Balboa. It has an established banking and services sector. It has Panama City, which feels more international than many regional capitals. It has Caribbean coastline, Pacific coastline, mountain towns, islands, rainforest, agricultural areas, surf zones, and places like Bocas del Toro, where protected Caribbean waters create a very different kind of land opportunity. That is where the ocean node thesis becomes interesting. For most land buyers, waterfront land means views. For Base 2, waterfront land may mean function. Can boats anchor there? Can guests arrive by water? Can a catamaran operate nearby? Can the land support retreats, food systems, residency education, coastal scouting, charter experiences, protected anchorage access, and investor trips? That's a powerful combination. But Panama should not be romanticized. The risks are real. First, title risk. You must distinguish titled property from possession rights, concessions, informal claims, or unclear coastal arrangements. Second, border zone restrictions. Foreign buyers must be extremely careful near Costa Rica or Colombia. Third, environmental and coastal regulation. Mangroves, shorelines, islands, reefs, wetlands, and protected areas can create serious limits. Fourth, infrastructure. A property may look magical, But if access is difficult, utilities are weak, and building costs are high, the economics can fail. Fifth, liquidity. A beautiful remote property may be easy to buy and hard to sell. Sixth, climate and weather. Heavy rain, humidity, mold, corrosion, flooding, landslides, road washouts, and coastal exposure must all be considered. Seventh, local execution. Permits, contractors, labor quality, local relationships, municipal rules, and property management can make or break the deal. This is why Panama is not just a buy and hold land story, it's an execution story. The strongest Panama land is not simply cheap, it's clean, useful, accessible, legally ownable, and connected to a clear operating plan. Now look at residency. Panama has several residency pathways that make it attractive to foreigners. The qualified investor visa has been widely described as offering permanent residency through a real estate investment of $300,000, with the investment generally required to be held for several years. Panama also has the Friendly Nations visa, which can involve economic ties such as employment, bank deposits, or real estate ownership, commonly discussed around a $200,000 real estate threshold. Residency rules change and implementation matters, so no one should rely on internet summaries alone. But the important point is that land in Panama can potentially connect to a broader residency strategy. Not automatically, not casually, but potentially. Citizenship is a separate question. Permanent residency does not mean instant citizenship. Panamanian naturalization generally requires years of residence and integration, and the practical process can involve discretion, documentation, and real presence. So again, the serious framing is not buy land, get passport. The serious framing is Panama may allow land, residency, lifestyle, ocean mobility, and business activity to fit into one broader Plan B strategy. That's why Panama deserves a place in the Base 2 country series. Uruguay may be the clean South American land rights play. Paraguay may be the cheap optionality play. New Zealand may be the premium safe haven dream with major foreign ownership restrictions. Panama is something different. Panama is the strategic connector, a dollarized, globally connected land and water jurisdiction with real residency pathways and strong ocean node potential. Its best use may not be massive farmland. Its best use may be coastal retreat infrastructure, protected waterfront land, island-adjacent properties, charter-linked hospitality, investor expeditions, residency education, food systems, and a base that connects land, ocean, and community. But the land must pass the test. Title, access, water, zoning, permits, border distance, environmental limits, local relationships, marine access, buildability, resale, operating plan. If it fails those tests, the dream is irrelevant. If it passes, Panama may become one of the most interesting Base 2 markets. Not because it's perfect, but because it can connect so many layers at once. Land, residency, ocean access, hospitality, mobility, community, and optionality. Panama is not just a place to buy land. It may be a place to connect land to the sea. And for Base 2, that could make it one of the most important countries to study.